I love my Supernote Manta, but there was always something about it that bugged me, and now I just fixed it. So if you can't tell, I don't have a case on this Nomad right now, but I still have a pen loop, and that's what I solved today. I love how small and compact and portable the Nomad is, and it can basically do everything the Manta can, but even smaller. However, with the thick and kind of heavy folio case that you basically had to take everywhere with it, it made it not as nice to use in certain circumstances. I said when I compared the two sizes here that in some ways the Manta felt smaller to me because of how much thinner it is, so it takes up less vertical space in the bag. But with this solution, the Nomad now is basically just as thin. And because of the Feel Right 2 screen protector that's installed on these devices, I'm really not worried about screen scratches and things as much as I would be for a normal tablet. So this is a solution for me. But what does this change? You could always take off the case before and just use the device like that. But there was two major problems with using the device without its case. One was you took off the pen loop with the case, which is really annoying if you want to travel caseless. Secondly, the plastic backs of these devices are very slick on most surfaces. So having no kinds of rubber feet or anything like that made them slip and slide all too easily. But now that is also solved. I mean, I have to try to move this device. Just bumping it will not move it. Same with the Manta. It actually has rubber feet. Probably even better ones than I've added to this Nomad, but we'll get into that later. But that's the inspiration. The Manta is really the inspiration for this entire upgrade to the Nomad. And yes, maybe I put my Graf-X logo on there, but hey, it's subtle. You got to squint and then you'll see it. But a lot of you have purchased my Supernote Manta pen loop, which I have on the device right now. I've been using it ever since I made it for myself because it was a sturdier loop than the fabric one that came with the Manta. So I already made the pen loop. Then I just needed to make a way to attach it to the device. So I redesigned the entire back of my Crystal Edition Nomad here and 3D printed it and attached some TPU feet, same material the pen loop itself is made out of. So not true rubber, which is why it's not quite as anti-slip as the rubber feet on the Manta here, but it definitely reduces the slipping from a standard plastic back. And the button still works, no problem. USB-C still plugs right into the top, no problem there either. Everything still works. So I wanted to basically have no compromises. The one compromise it does have is now it's not as compatible with the folio case. It definitely does not like having double pen loops on there, but you could cut off the old pen loop if you so choose to, or even cut the stitching of it out so you can just pull the whole thing right out. But then there's the other problem of the rubber feet definitely offer some resistance. It will stay, so if you just want extra protection for a little bit, it'll work. But it is the biggest downside of this system, is it's not really that compatible with the old folio. To me, I don't care though. I want to use it like this only. So I don't want to put it back in the folio. This is the way to go. I've been using this for the last couple weeks now as I've been iterating on it and got it to a final production ready product. Now it's still 3D printed, so that means you can kind of see the 3D printing lines in the device itself. There's a few little quirks like that, but I think overall this looks amazing. And it matches the white on the front very well. But don't think this is only for the Crystal Edition Nomad. That's just the one that I personally have and use. But I didn't forget about you guys who got the white version. This is what it looks like on the white edition Nomad. So it's just this section that was replaced, and it still adds on my custom pen loop and the rubber TPU feet. And you can still pop the panel off just like before and take it off. And the pen loop came loose at that point. So now you guys can see the mechanism behind this a little bit better. My Nomad White Edition doesn't have a screen anymore. it broke, and then I messed with it and took it out so I could look at the internals. And yeah, so if you want to see the inside of the Nomad, there you go. So yeah, I'm not going to be using the white edition because mine obviously is no longer a functional device, but the same principle applies to both. Basically, I cut out part of the back panel here and left a couple nubs in place, basically where the screw holes were for the Manta pen loop. And I used the same exact pen loop and just press it in to those pegs. And then it kind of holds on there. And then we can just slot it back in like the original. I actually removed the top tabs here because the 3D printer did not want to print them nicely. It kept making it way too tight, but I haven't found that it holds on any less snug. It looks perfect to me. It feels really good. So I made that judgment call because it's printing out way better now. But other than that, everything snaps together, slides in how it should. Now it has extra rubber feet on it as well. So this is a great solution for the white version. And honestly, it's easier to install because you don't have to do all the screws and stuff like that. And because it's less plastic, it's a little bit cheaper for you guys. And yes, that's a great segue into I am selling this as a product. So if you guys are interested in getting your own custom Nomad back with a pen loop slot, that is going to be on my website starting today. And you can order it today. I don't have a huge stock, so if I get a lot of orders, you might have to wait for me to print out a few more because I'm just honestly not sure what we're going to get. But go ahead, place your orders. We'll get you your Nomad back panel out as soon as possible. And if you haven't gotten my pen loop for the Supernote Manta, then you can pick that up as well. And there's a discount code. You can use penloop10 to make the pen loops a little bit cheaper for you. So it's quite the system. So I'm going to be using this all the time. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. And I also think this is a perfect use case for Supernote's new sleep screen, where it can just go to sleep on whatever screen you're at, because now you're not putting a folio cover on it and you're just writing with it and then make it go to sleep, and you can just reference what you've written while you're going about your day. I've been using this basically as something permanently on my desk. So it's a notepad here when I get an idea, or if someone comes into my office and is like, hey, can you do this for me? I'll be like, sure, let me just write that down so I don't forget. And boom, now it's not just sitting there on the screen. So when I glance at it, I make sure I don't forget this. So that's the system I've been using. I really enjoy it. This is a product for me. That's the honest truth. And if you guys want to get one for yourself, then I'd be happy to send you it. But things aren't free, so of course there's a cost. But this is what I wanted, and I'm really excited about it. I just feel like these two devices match so much better now. Like what do you guys think? Doesn't that just look good together? But now I'm going to show you guys how to install the Crystal Edition version, because there's a little more to it. So we'll end the video with that. If you guys aren't getting the Crystal Edition, just leave the video now. Don't worry about it. But if you have gotten this version, you're looking for how to install it, well then stay tuned. This is for you. So we have to start by taking out all these screws. If you got this device, Supernote would have given you a screwdriver along with it. So just find that Supernote screwdriver. I'm telling you, it's the best one to take off these screws with. Just do it, trust me. So I always start with these four, the ones next to the magnets, because they're actually different than all the rest of the screws. So I like to keep them in their own little pile and then do all the rest. So I'm going to quickly unscrew everything and then I'll show you what to do next. All right, now that I got them all unscrewed, a lot of them like to stay in their screw wells there, so I'm just gonna dump them out, keep them in a little pile. Be very careful with these screws. You have no idea the amount of times I would lose one or two while trying to iterate on this product. I think this is version 11 of this thing. I had to print a lot of versions and make a lot of tweaks to get all the tolerances just right. Because if you don't know, Supernote actually gives out the models of the Nomad back panels, both versions. So that's where I got the base models for both of these things, and then I modified it to add the pen loop slot onto there. And then of course my logo and the spots for the feet. But besides that, the base model is Supernote's model, which is good because you know it's going to work pretty well then. The one thing I kept not getting to work well was the button cutout, actually. So I had to widen that bigger than what the model was originally to get it printing out more consistently. I think it's just because 3D printers vary a little bit, and I want to make sure you could obviously press your button because that's important. This is what the back panel looks like by itself. Very clean white plastic we got printed it out of. It's PLA+, so it should be pretty strong and durable and hold up well over time. I haven't done extreme testing with it, but from what I can tell, it's very good plastic here. So we're going to install the black version of this because, of course, I had to make a black version. I make a black pen loop, so why not? So let's get the black pen loop in here. So with the Crystal Edition, you can see there's actually a slot in the side here. So you have to feed the pen loop in through that side slot and all the way through, then kind of line it up with the cutout, and just because it's TPU, it's kind of squishy, so it'll just flex around these pegs and those slots there. There we go. And it should be flush with the rest of the back panel. This way it won't press up against any of these internals in a weird way. It shouldn't interfere with anything. It should just be an added pen loop. So yeah, definitely a more extensive process with the Crystal Edition here. And you have to remember the button. So don't forget to put that in. I'm going to get that right in place there. What I've kind of learned to do is just kind of set the button in and then kind of start on that side and just collapse it down on top of itself. And I still misalign the button. It's not always easy, but it's definitely doable. The idea is that you only really are doing this one time-ish. And I always test the button to make sure it didn't get wedged in there weird. Yep, looks like it's working great. And I like to screw down all the corners first, just so nothing's bowing up weird while I'm trying to get everything else screwed down. But honestly, the order doesn't matter a lot. I definitely like to get that button corner in fast, just so I don't mess up the button. Looks like we're good. So then I'm going to do the reverse and put all these screws back in. It's like 16 screws. It's a lot of screwing and unscrewing. And like I said, I did this like at least 11 times, 12 times or so, just to iterate on this product. I have become quite experienced at taking apart a Supernote Nomad. Now that I got all the main side ones in, I'm going to do those 4 that I started with. I like to end with them when I'm putting it on. The order doesn't matter here. I just like to keep them separated in my head. Otherwise, I will accidentally grab one of these screws and screw it into one of these holes or vice versa, which I have done before, and it kind of holds, but yeah, you want to screw them in their correct place. I definitely didn't just drop a screw. Hold on. I guess unscrewing and screwing this in 12 times does not make you a professional. All right. Now we have a fully assembled black version of the Supernote Manta. And I think it looks really cool in black as well. It gives a complete different look to the device. And I did make a black version for the white Nomad. The worst part is just that the model is only for that middle section. So it will be kind of a black and white two-tone look. So if you like the look, go for it. It matches the black pen loop still phenomenally. But I think the white will probably be the one to go for on this one. But yeah, you can really go either way on the Crystal Edition here and just have some fun with it. I know those of us who got the Crystal Edition got it for its transparent look, but 3D printing transparent plastic is kind of a nightmare and it never usually looks that good. So I just didn't even try to do it. It's also more breakable. And 3D printing's already not quite as strong as regular plastic. I wasn't about to attempt that and worry about that for you guys. So I think white or black is the way to go. Unless you guys have a specific color you're looking for on this thing, I can try to see if I can add some more colors down the road to the website here. But yeah, linked below, grafxtech.com. This is the new featured product, along with a kit that includes both the pen loop and the back panel. But obviously, if you already bought pen loops and you have plenty of them for both, go for it. Just get the back panel, whatever you guys want to do there. Yeah, the black one has the same TPU feet though, so it's harder to slip across a desk or things like that. You're not messing with the battery. It's the same way you would go into the device to upgrade the storage and things like that. It's not crazy levels of setup here, but I think the end result is beautiful. I love using this device with the custom back panel. So go ahead, get yours today. I think you all will really enjoy it if you're big Nomad users. And like I said, I think it just goes with the Manta so much better now. And hey, if we're really missing a folio case on the Nomad here, let me know down in the comments below if you guys would be interested in me trying to design a half folio that attaches to the Nomad. I'm not saying I'll do it for sure, but if there's enough interest, I'll at least heavily look into it. Anyway, guys, again, let me know in the comments down below if you're going to get this device, or if you have a big problem with it and you want to know if I can fix it, or you're curious about what regions I'll be willing to send it to, all that, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us grow and be able to reach more people. The first video I ever posted was about the Supernote, so I'm glad to finally make my own version of the back panel for this device. It feels full circle for me. And as always, have a great rest of your day.